Let me just tell you right now, guys, Operation Chimera is amazing. And when I say that, I mean, yeah, I've used Lion and Finka, and yes, they both seem overpowered, but at least Finka has, like, counters. She has, like, little counters here and there. They're not, like, huge counters. I don't think they're gonna be a lot. I think they're kind of small compared to what a counter she needs. But anyways, we're not even gonna talk about Finka, okay? Line, he's overpowered, okay, trust me. Yes, you're like, oh, don't move, but I mean, if they're securing the objective, you're gonna have to move, right, within those 10 seconds, and then everyone's gonna not just see you, but they're gonna see a whole outline of you through the wall, right, because you need to move to get into that area, right, or you're gonna lose either way, right. But anyways, he has 30 seconds in total, he has 3, and they're 10 seconds each. But anyways, we're not even gonna talk about that, okay? We're not even gonna talk about the operators because this Chimera, like the infected, is so well done. I am so proud of Ubisoft. Honestly, they did an amazing job with this. I am not kissing their butt here. I mean, I'm being genuinely honest. They put a lot of effort into this. It's amazing. It's really awesome. I'm really proud. I really like the cutscene with there's so many cutscenes, but there's a cutscene with Doc and Ash, and that one I don't really like too much. But I mean, they put a lot of effort into it. I mean, I just mean like, game. No, okay, the one with Tashanka and Ash was amazing. I love that cutscene. The one with Thermite and Ash. Barbecue, can I say barbecue? That's what Thermite was saying and stuff. There was a bunch of cutscenes, and then they put so much effort into just the cutscenes alone. It was amazing. And yes, I just killed this guy with the grenade on impact. I threw the grenade and it killed him on impact. This second one here. But anyways, yeah, it's just ignore the cutscenes, okay? The cutscenes were amazing. They put lots of effort into that. But there's 3 new maps. There's like the hospital one, where Doc wants to save the lady, and there's a cutscene for that. There's a scene for all of them, right? Like there's the one that shows the initial scene, like how it started and everything. And then there's the one for the nest or whatever it's called with like Tashanka, the one that's like Tashanka and Ash talking. And then there's the one where it's a where okay, it's the one where Tashank and Ash plan out that mission, and then there's the mission where Doc and Ash plan out the mission, and then there's the mission where Ash and Thermite plan out the mission. And there's like a little cutscene for it you can watch, and it's amazing. There's like the rooters that come out of the ground and they stick the spikes, and you can't really move if they get you, and they keep digging under the ground. Those guys are kind of obnoxious, honestly. And then I think the Apex, like the wizard, like guys, if you played Destiny, you know what the wizard is. That's basically what the Apex is, kind of like they spit stuff at you and everything, and it kind of plays the screen. And then the tank, dude, the tank is amazing. It sends you flying. It just punches you and you go flying. I mean, it was crazy. And you can only shoot it in the back. A good strategy for the tank, in case you need to know it, is before maybe you don't play it yet, but I'm gonna give you some strategies. Hopefully these help for when it does come out if you only play on console, because it's gonna come out on console soon. But the tank. So what you want to do is, right, someone's going to be, okay, the tank's going to be charging at one of the 3 people, because you can only have 3 operators, right? So what you want to do is you want it to be charging, and then the other person wants to be directly in front of it, the other person wants to be directly behind it, right? So you stay, vertical to each other, right? And one shoots it in the back, that's where its weak spot is, well, it charges at the other one. And then if you can, get it to charge at you, and then move, so that it runs right into the wall, because then it's disorientated for a couple seconds, and then it's free to, you can go up. If you're on PC, you can press C to melee, and do a little thing into its back, and it does a lot of damage, or fully kills it. But yeah, you just want to stay directly behind the other person. Like, let's say Doc's over there, you want to stay directly behind it. If you're like Smoke over here, because they'll just keep turning around and going back and forth at the person shooting you in the back, and you just keep shooting you in the back, right? Doc is extremely useful in it. Smoke, he does have 3 impact grenades that you can use, but he does only have 2, what do you call it? 2 of his smoke, his toxic gas, which kind of sucks, but the toxic gas is very useful when hordes of them come. It does seem to destroy them. And impact grenades actually are pretty good. When there's a swarm of them just coming at you, just chuck an impact grenade, they seem to do much. Capcom is pretty useful, because there's a couple times where you gotta like defend the building, even if you're not, right? There's gonna be like swarms where they just attack you anyways. They come at you from like behind or something. Just playing one of those Capcom traps just blows them up. It's pretty useful. Not to mention that he can hold 3 impact grenades or the 2 nitros, which I think he's the first operator to have just explosives in the defensive team. Like, he's the first person, like, it's either you have impact grenades, or like a shield, or impact grenades, or like barbed wire or something. You don't have, like, no one ever had the choice of impact grenades or nitro cell as their two, like, gadget choices. But Capcom now has that. It's you guaranteed explosives, either impacts or nitros now in this new update. I kind of like that, honestly, how they didn't take away his nitro. I thought they were going to take away his nitro and keep him with the barbed wire and then have impact grenades, but no, he has impact grenades and nitro, so I like that choice. How we can have either or. In this, Ash does have nitro cells, Tashanka does have claymores, and this isn't for actual multiplayer, this is for, the multiplayer in the Chimera, like the zombies mode. Not zombies, well, the infected mode. Outbreak, I guess it's called. Ash can have nitros, Tashanka can have claymores, and they actually gave them their voice actors. Like, actually, like Tashanka says claymore. You wouldn't think he'd ever say that, right? Because he's on the defensive team, but he actually says. I don't know why. I like that part as well. It's amazing, and the maps are so big, and yes, they're specially designed for just this. Outbreak, and it's amazing. I really hope they bring it back because it's only going to be here for a little bit less than a month, right? I really hope they bring it back because there's one part, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm not going to spoil what happens in any of the missions. I want you to find it out for yourself, but I'm just going to say Jaeger, Thermite, they're not playable characters, but Jaeger and Thermite, like, they brief you through some of the missions, like, they talk to you and stuff. Like, Jaeger's the pilot, and Thermite is, like, he talks you through and stuff. And, yeah, now I'll just say which operators are very useful. First of all, this guy is a god, this doc, for avenging me. This random guy killed me for no reason. Here's a little thing. I said, thank you so much. He said, no problem. He team killed the guy that team killed me. Thank you so much to that doc. So to you. You're amazing. Now, Glass. I found Glass was very useful. Maybe it was just PC, because Glass is a lot better on PC, no offense. But because you can aim a lot easier on PC, Glass is just amazing on PC. Like, you can just insta-aim for the head. Like, it is so much easier to aim on the PC. I'm not exaggerating. It is so much easier. If you get a PC, if you love this game, and you have a PC, buy this for the PC. Just make sure it's not like a crap PC, obviously. Make sure you get a good PC. If you get a good PC and you have this game, it's going to be amazing. You get the game, you get early access to the new DLCs before they even come out because, you know, the TTS servers, the technical test servers, all that stuff.
So
it is amazing. Glass, I found he was extremely useful in the Outbreak. Buck was extremely useful. Not to mention that you get lots more ammo in Buck's skeleton key, and Glass has a lot more ammo in his sniper rifle. Tashanka, honestly, he wasn't that useful with the turret, but I mean, the zombies, because there's so many, you know, of the Outbreak coming at you at one point. His turret isn't really the best, you know. Yes, you think it's great because you got a defense spots and everything, but, I mean, they come from you from so many angles, and they're just coming, it's so intense that and you can't turn your turret all the way around. He's not the best for it. I gotta be dead honest. I love the Tashanka, but he's just not the best for it. He's definitely useful, don't get me wrong. But, he's not the best. I love Tashanka, and I play as Tashanka. Buck was very useful. Ash didn't seem very useful, but her breaching rounds does kill them, you know, but I found she wasn't extremely useful. Tashanka wasn't extremely useful. Smoke was useful, he just doesn't have enough of his toxins. You think he'd have at least his normal 3, but he only has 2. He is kind of useful, but I think Glass is really useful, because from a distance, you can't really see them sometimes, like the zombies out in the distance, but Glass, they're outlined in his scope. I just found that was really useful as well, not to mention that his sniper rifle just chows them down. Buck is really good, especially when you switch to that skeleton key. I mean, with the marksman rifle from long range, and then switch to that skeleton key close range, it just mows them down. It destroys them. His grenades are very useful. Ying, I haven't actually used Ying, but I'd assume she's useful, right? Because, you know, her things go, you know, it's gonna stun them, right? But I can't say about Ying yet. Doc was extremely useful. Capcom was really useful, especially when defending those positions. Yeah, Lion was extremely useful. He is extremely useful. Finka was very useful as well. Finka was very good. Lion was, yeah, I'm not even exaggerating, he was extremely helpful. I'd say Doc and Lion are probably the best 2 for sure. Then I go with, like, Buck, Smoke. Glass isn't really good for usefulness. He's just really good. Like he helps you out, you know. Like his sniper does so much good damage, and just to see them from a distance and stuff, especially if you have a small TV, glass is gonna help you out a lot. If you have like a hard time seeing, he's gonna outline them there for you so easily. Gonna make it so easy. Um, I mean, he's not like an important operator. He doesn't like make it good for the team. He is, but he I don't know how to explain it. Glass is, I found he's very good. He's just not, you know, like strategically amazing, you know? Like there's no strategy really for Glass. Um, but yeah, it's awesome. The Outbreak is awesome. I think I rambled on enough. I'm just gonna say it is definitely worth it. It comes out for free for everybody, and there's so many legendaries in this and stuff. Like there's a legendary hazmat like mask and stuff for smoke and all that. And it's crazy. It's awesome. Um, I'm just saying right now, you guys are gonna love it. I mean, it's amazing. Maybe it's just me, but they put a lot of effort into this. It's crazy awesome. There is only 3 missions, but they're long missions, and they have 2 parts each, and they're great missions. They are kind of hard on Pandemic. Maybe it was just, you know, a little bit easier, probably because I was on PC when I was playing this, but you know, it's probably going to be a little bit harder on console, but I'm more used to console, so if I could do it that easily on PC, right? I mean, I don't play on PC a lot. I do a little bit. I mean, 'cause I don't personally own. I own a PC, but I own like a crappier PC. But my brother owns a really good gaming PC. Um, so that's why I don't play very much, because, you know, I don't have a good one myself, and it lags a lot and stuff. But anyways, it is great. I mean, if it was that easy for me on PC, and I don't play a whole lot of PC, then I think it should be easier for me on console, right? Because I play mostly console, PlayStation and Xbox. So, but once again, I think it might have just been easier because of the fact that you can aim so much easier, and you can lay down prone, you can do all these, you know, you can turn on people so much easier on the PC. It's just so much easier, right? Because, yeah, it's all on the mouse, right? And one hand is all on the mouse, and you don't have to move, like, and then the other hand's on the keyboard. On the controller, you only have 2 hands. One's on the right side, one's on the left side, right? You can't, like, the way to like lay down and stuff and everything, the way it's shaped out, it's harder to do that, like to just go crazy and just lay down and lean and turn and everything. So it's a little bit harder to do that on consoles, so that's why I'm thinking it might be harder. But then I'm thinking it might be easier at the same time, because if it was that easy on PC, but it is easier on PC, so I'm thinking it might just even out, because I mean, I'm a little bit worse on PC, but I'm probably the same because of the fact that it's so easy, right, to do it on PC. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but anyways, that was just complete ramble what I just said, so I'm just gonna start talking. Peace out. Have a nice day.
Artillery ready for orders. Waiting coordinates.
Regroup! New hardpoint, flush out the enemy! Enemy holds the hard... Enemy holds the hard point. Dropping Fritz X-Bomb. Recon aircraft ready. Hardpoint location confirmed. Enemy holds the hardpoint. Hardpoint is being overrun. Need reinforcements. Hardpoint is secure. Artillery ready for orders. Away.